Hey everyone, in this video we'll be going over how to build secure multi-agent systems with CrewAI and Descope authentication. A single AI agent is powerful, but it can't always scale across domains or handle deep specialization, and that's where multi-agent systems come in. CrewAI makes it easy to build structured teams of agents that collaborate just like real-world teams. But as soon as you have multiple agents, you need to think about identity, authentication, and permissions, and that's where Descope comes in, managing secure access and ensuring each agent only does what it's supposed to do. So here's what we'll build today. A Crew AI app with two agents, one for Google Calendar and one for Google Contacts. Each agent will have scoped permissions managed by Descope, and we'll walk through authentication, consent flows, token exchange, and finally how the crew produces a unified output. To follow along, you'll need a Descope account, Google Cloud APIs for Calendar and Contacts, Crew AI installed, and a basic Python and React setup. So the first step is to configure Google OAuth credentials. Create one OAuth Google Client ID for Calendar and another for Contacts. Copy the client ID and secret, then set the redirect URIs to point back to Descope. Next, in the Descope console, once your project is set up, we add Google Calendar and Google Contacts as outbound apps. So go ahead and use the Google Calendar and Google Contact bound app templates, paste in your client ID, client secrets, and most importantly, configure these scopes. So for this, I will be using Calendar read scopes and Calendar all access scopes. So I've configured my scopes as so, and then I will do the same with my Google Contacts outbound app, which you can find a template the same way. And for contacts, I've added the read-only for both the organizational directory and the contacts that I have. Then we configure an inbound app in Descope to manage authentication. So I've already created mine here. I've named it CrewAI, and I've added the following scopes: outbound token fetch, calendar write, contacts read, calendar read, and full access. And then I have all the other information here. So then, using Descope's flows, I have set up a consent screen where users can approve the calendar and contacts permissions. So here it automatically fills in the scopes that are being connected to, as well as adding an outbound app connection for both Google Contacts and Google Calendar in the flow. And so here you can see that I can set a default outbound app and select the outbound app that I would like the connection to use. I have started running my basic front end right here, and let's take a look. So when the user signs in, they see the customized consent screen, and you can see here, these are all the scopes that we defined. So once approved, Descope issues a session token tied to that user's identity and scopes. And here we can see that connected agent wants to access the Google Contacts and the Google Suite directory. And then we will see the Google Calendar right here, the ability to edit events and see events. So every front-end request includes a session token, which the backend validates before fetching outbound tokens. So if we go here, on the backend, we validate the session token with this method with Descope's SDK using validate session. And once validated, we can securely exchange it for scoped outbound tokens, as shown here. Descope handles the refresh logic, so we don't need to store long-lived secrets. Using this method, the backend does not need to store refresh tokens directly. The calendar access token is scoped to calendar app permissions, and the contacts access token is scoped to contacts app permissions. Now let's take a look at our CrewAI tasks. The calendar manager uses its calendar token to create calendar events, while the contacts finder agent queries Google Contacts and the directory. And here is our definition of each agent: calendar manager and contacts finder, complete with a detailed backstory to help the model determine which agents should be used for the prompt. Each agent operates in isolation, and the crew merges their outputs into a unified response. So let's see it in action. All right, so let's say create a meeting for September 8th at 2 p.m. PST, called test, and invite, say, scope email, and invite Rishi. It works like this. The contacts agent find Rishi's email, the calendar agent creates the event, and the crew presents the result back to the user. All right, so it tells us that the calendar event was successfully created. And yeah, let's take a look. There we go. We see that the test event was created and Rishi was added to the invite. So this setup gives you a foundation for secure multi-agent systems. From here, you can extend it to CRM, support workflows, or any other system where specialized agents collaborate. Descope ensures agents only access what they're allowed to. Thanks for watching, and check out this blog for full step-by-step instructions, or check out the repo for the full sample app.